Alright guys, this is block 2. So you should have done block 1 for 4 weeks and now you're moving on. Things are going to be a little bit different. Same concept though. So 3 exercises in the warm-up and then 4 exercises in the main part. So let's dive right into it. We're going to start with hamstring walkouts. So you just need to lie down, have space to straighten out your legs. So you're going to start in a glute bridge position like this, and then you're just going to walk your feet out like this until they're completely straight, and then walk back in again. So we're going to do that 6 times total. The straighter you can get your legs, the better. Starting now. So bridge up, walk out, straighten the knees all the way if you can, and then walk back in. And again, keep the hips nice and high the whole time. So that's 2. If you're shorter than me, I'm 5'8", you might be a little bit quicker. If you're taller, this might take longer. That's 3, come back in. Hips nice and high. We're doing 6 total. That's 4. And 5. Make sure your hips aren't rocking back and forth. And this is 6. And back in. Good, okay, so that's the glutes and the hamstrings. We're gonna do a tabletop hold next. So you're gonna get onto your hands and knees like this, and then you're just going to lift the knees and hover them from the floor. This looks like a really easy exercise. It gets hard pretty quickly. We're gonna hold it for 30 seconds. It's shoulders and core. So back nice and flat, draw the belly button in a little bit, curl your toes under, and lift your knees. Keep your arms vertical. So your knees should be about 1 inch off the floor. You don't need to be up like this. So your back should be nice and straight. Someone should be able to lay a drink on it and it doesn't fall off. Depending on what time of day you're doing this video, it could be coffee, it could be beer, wine, but don't spill your drink. 5 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, grab a band. I would suggest a lighter mini band for the first round. And then if you find this one easy, you can go a little bit harder. You might actually want to start without a band because it's a challenging exercise even if you don't have a band around your feet. So you're going to get into a side plank like this, and then you're going to pull that top leg towards your chest. So you're getting your shoulder, you're getting your glute med, your core, and then also your hip flexor all in one exercise. We're going to do 8 on each side. So band around the feet. If you can, do it without the band if it's too hard. Come up, and we're going 1, 2, 3. That bottom leg should really be working to keep the hips up. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Remember, you can lose the band if it's too hard. Come on to the other elbow and lift up. Keep your feet together. Top leg comes up for 1, 2. Keep the hips high. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, okay, so that's our warm-up. We're going to do those 3 exercises 2 more times. So back to the hamstring walkouts. So you're on your back, lift your bum, walk out. You can always cross your arms over your chest to make it a bit harder so you don't have your hands to push down through. That's 1. Go all the way out if you can. 2. 3. 4. You should really feel the back of your hamstrings, the back of your thighs as you extend fully. That's 5. Keep the hips high. Last one, go all the way out if you can. And 6. To modify, if that one's too hard, as you go straighter, you just don't go out as far. All right, tabletop exercise. 30 seconds again. So on your hands and knees like this, curl your toes and just hover. Nice deep breaths. Very similar to a low plank or a high plank in that you're getting the core and then the shoulders. Keep your back nice and flat. Don't let your bum pop up in the air. We've got 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. And down. Good, okay. Grab the band if you're using it. Remember, you're going to do this video 4 times, so if you can't use the band yet, don't worry. The goal by the 4th week is to use it then. So come up onto your side and lift. Drive that right knee to the right side of your chest. Don't cross over. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, okay. Flip around. Straighten out your feet and come up. And 1, 2, keep the hips nice and high. 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. Good. Keep in mind, if you've got a weaker side, it's not a bad idea to start on that side. So if your left side is weaker, start there. So you have more energy and you feel a little bit more fresh. Then do your stronger side. Okay, round 3. Glute bridge, and then these are the hamstring walkouts. So lift up, arms across your chest if you're doing that. Slowly out. Keep the hips high on the way in. This is 2. 3. As you go out, it's going to be more hamstrings. As you come in, the glutes are going to help you lift the hips up high. This is 4. And 5. And 6. Perfect. Okay. Tabletops. Another 30 seconds. Arms nice and vertical. And lift the knees. You want to make sure you're not back like this or too far forward. That's halfway. Engage your core. You're going to feel your quads a little bit too. 5 seconds. And down. All right, one more for the warm-up. And then we're on to the main workout. So band around the feet. You can always go with a harder band if you feel like you're not feeling the hip flexors a whole lot. Up onto your elbow and up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Swing around to the other side and come up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm just realizing I forgot to show the modification of that one, so I'll include this in the intro notes. But if you can't go from your feet, you can do it like this. So no band, but you're coming up and you're still getting glute med in the core. All right. Okay, main part of the workout. So we've got 4 exercises. We are doing step-ups, but they're going to be from the floor. So this is a little bit different way to do it than what I normally do. Bear with me, I'll show you. Then we're going to do a back plank on extended arms and we're going to march. So a little bit of a progression from what we were doing last time. Then we've got an elevated single leg glute bridge. We're going to do some pulses and then our calf raises. So we're going to do all that 3 times. So You may or may not want weight. Depends how strong your quads and glutes are. If you have weight, you're gonna be like this. We're starting in this position. You're gonna put your foot up. You're gonna come up like this, come down, and then lift the foot. Up, down, lift the foot. Honestly, you could probably start without weight. If you're going to use weight, I would go probably lighter than what you normally do for, say, like a split squat or a lunge. So I've got 10 pounds in each hand. I'm gonna see how this feels. So bring one foot forward, whatever your weaker side is. And you're gonna come up, down, lift the foot. Up, down, lift the foot. This is all quads and glutes with a little bit of hip flexor action at the end. That's 3, 4, 5, good one for balance as well. 6, 2 more. 7, and 8. Good. Switch to the other side. So same thing over here. Lean forward, come up, down, lift the foot. 2, and lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, nice and slow and controlled, and 8. Good, okay. Put the weights to the side. Now we're gonna do a back plank march, but we're gonna straighten your arms. So maybe with a band, we'll see how you feel. So you're gonna come up like this, trying to keep the hips high, and then you're gonna march like that. If it feels okay, you can add a band around the feet. I'm gonna do the first one without and see how I feel, and then you get the hip flexors in it as well. So we're gonna do 8 each side. If it's too hard, you can just hold this pose and even just do a little tiny lift instead of the full-on march. This is gonna be very much in the hamstrings. So lift up, hips high. 1, 2, 3, we're going to 16. 4, 5, 6, drive those hips up. 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Oh, good, okay. Let's get the glutes and a bit more hamstring. So you need just a bench, table, couch, something to put your foot up on. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna come in like this. And if you look at me, you want your hips and your knees to be around 90 degrees. So here and here, 90. Don't be too far that way. We're gonna come up like this, and then you're gonna lower halfway down and up. Halfway down and then quick up. So we're gonna do 8 of these on each side, all right? So you're not going all the way down to the floor, we're just working that end range at the top. So come up, halfway down, drive up, that's 1. Halfway, 2, so your bum does not touch the floor. 3, lower down, 4, quick up. 5, 6, don't go all the way down. 7, about halfway, and 8. 2 tips, if your hamstrings are screaming at you, bend the knee a little bit more, bring the feet closer this way, get your glutes involved, and if it's too hard, just do 2 legs. Other side, so lift up, come down halfway, drive up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Good, okay. Also Also, I have my bench in the middle of the room just so it can be in the shot. If it's moving, you just need to make sure that whatever you're using, you push it up against the wall, all right? Okay, next we've got our calf raises, of course. So what I want you to do, if you have a ball, I want you to grab it and you're gonna put the ball between your ankles. So what we're about to do, this is gonna get tib post a little bit more, and you need 2 dumbbells. So you're gonna have 1 in each hand, and it's gonna work your balance a little bit. So grab your dumbbells first. So this should be definitely heavier than whatever you just did for the step ups from the floor. So you're gonna come like this. You're gonna squeeze the ball between your heels, up and down. So we're gonna do 10 like this, keeping that constant pressure into the ball so that you're getting your tib post a little bit, the muscles on the inside of your shin. So let's do 10. Weight in each hand, come up, squeeze that ball and down. You can always use a rolled towel as well. 2, a tennis ball works. 3, keep the constant pressure there. 4, 5, 6, 7, we're going to 10, 8, 9, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that ball, and 10. If you're losing your balance with that one, you can always do it near a wall, so you can almost lean against the wall a tiny bit. All right, we are back to the beginning. So I'm going to go lighter because these are 2 very different exercises. So I want you to do these step ups from the floor again. If you found that the weight was too light, meaning you did the 8th rep and you felt like you could do 10 or 12, or at least say 12, then you want to go a little bit heavier like I said before. Okay, so onto one side, pick your weaker side, and you're going to come up and down, and then lift. Up and then down. See if you've got the balance to pause for a second with the lift. 3 and lift. 4 is a really good core one if you can manage that. And lift. 5. Lift. 6. And lift, little pause. Engage that core to make it a bit easier when you lift the leg. 7 and 8. So right now, if you feel like you could do another 4 or 5, see if you can go heavier next time. Other side. Lift up for 1, and then lift. Lean forward. Try not to push off of the top of the bottom foot, and lift. Make that front leg do all the work. And lift, it'll make it harder. You might have to go lighter. 4. So right here, lean through that front leg. Don't use the top of the foot or the shin on the other side. And 6. 7. And 8. Should really feel that in the quads and in the glutes. Now, if you're up for it, grab a band for this one. I would suggest a light one because it is hard. Make some room for yourself. So we're doing the back plank with the knee drive. So come up like this, keep those hips high, and drive. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slowly lower your foot. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Good. If you're someone who you get in the position and you're like, I can't lift my leg, that happens, it's not just you. You need to bend your knees a little bit more. So the problem is your hamstrings aren't strong enough to support your body weight. So you just need to bend the knees slightly. And then the more you do stuff like this, Soon you'll be doing it with a nice straight knee. Okay. Single leg, elevated glute bridges. So you're on your back, hips and knees are at 90. On the heels, ideally, so you don't want to be like this. Lift one leg, drive up, halfway down and up. Cross your arms over your chest to make it harder. 2, remember only go halfway, and quick up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. Okay, other side. Same thing. Arms across if you can do it. That's harder. Foot up, heel, toes towards the ceiling, drive up, halfway down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, back to our calf raises. So make sure you take the time to, if you've got the adjustable dumbbells like I've got, adjust the weight, make it heavier. You're on 2 legs with this one, so you can actually go quite heavier as long as your balance is good. And then you need to grab the ball as well. There we go. Okay. So ball between the heels, grab your dumbbells, squeeze the heels together, come up and down. 1, 2, 3, squeeze that ball. 4, 5, lower slowly. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, on to our last round. Remember, I always say pause the video if you're needing a break. I'd rather you do that and be able to go heavier than think you need to go lighter to keep up. Take your time if you need to. So let's do our step ups again. Really make sure, so what I was meaning is when you're here, don't push down through this leg. So lean forward and let this leg do all the work. It can be a lot easier if you push off that back leg. So if it's too hard, start without weight and get that right, and then add weight in as you go. Okay, last round. Lean ahead, up, down, lift. 2, down, and lift. 3, down, and lift. If you don't push off of that opposite foot, you'll really feel your glute working a lot more. And 5, 6, 7, good workout for balance as well, and 8. Good, and lift. Other foot. Good, remember, don't push off that back leg. I'm always tempted to more on this side because this side I'm a bit weaker on. And lift. 2, lift. 3, you need to lean forward onto that leg. 4, and lift. 5, lift. 6, and lift. 7, and 8. Perfect, okay. On to the back plank with the knee drive. So use the band if you can, don't worry if you can't. Arms are straight, lift those hips. 1, 2, 3, and 4, drive the knee as high as you can. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, slow the lowering, 14, and 16. So you don't want that band whipping your foot back into place. You're in control, or try to be in control. It might take some work and practice. Okay, let's get our bench. Make sure you're really in that 90-90 position, especially if you're getting any hamstring cramping. All right, lift up, halfway down, drive. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, last one, and 8. Your hamstrings are getting a good workout today, so they should be pretty tired by now. And lift, halfway down, and drive. Feel that glute in the drive up. 2, especially at the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. Okay, one more and then we're done. I almost have this video to the same as the other one, but it will be a little bit longer, just by a couple minutes. Bear with me while I switch my weights over. I've got the power blocks, but they are a little bit trickier to change quickly. All right, we've got 10 here and then we're done. Squeeze that ball. Remember, go nice and heavy if this is getting easier. 1 and down. 2, 3, 4, we're going to 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Another option for that last one I was just thinking of, you could wear a backpack or a rucksack and load it up with lots of weight, and then you've got your arms if you're feeling balance is an issue. All right, that was block 2, session 1. I'll post block 2, session 2 a little later. I'm here if you have any questions.